How much has the rest helped you?
It's been good. It's been good. We're taking advantage of it. Obviously, it's a long time right now. Where I think we're all getting anxious just to at least know who we're playing. But we're using the time to practice. We're using the time to get healthy. We're using time to rest up, and we'll take advantage of it.
Not asking who you would prefer to win, but if Golden State were to win tonight, you would then know.
Yeah.
And be able to have additional days to prepare. Would that be a good thing?
Again, either way it goes, I think we're gonna have the same amount of time. They're in some ways similar. They're very high paced. They're very high energy. They want to get a lot of shots up, get the ball up in the air, and get it up the floor. So it's gonna be a lot different pace than the last series we played, and that's the preparation we're kind of getting ready for.
You've been watching the games?
Yeah, I have.
What's your opinion of how nasty this series has gotten?
It's the playoffs. It's physical. It's everybody's gonna lay it out there and do whatever. I'm not getting into all of what's happening with whatever, but it's the playoffs. The guys are going to lay it out there, and guys are gonna knock heads. And as the series goes on, everybody shakes hand the first game. The second game, you kind of give a 5. The third game, you don't talk to anybody. It's just kind of how it goes. So it's turning up.
And after 5 games, one coach calls Festus Ezeli and elbow throwing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear that, but nice.
You mentioned the fast paces. Does that make this rest even that much more important, knowing that this next series is going to be a little quicker?
You know what? You can do it either way. It's good for us to get healthy. You don't want to lose a rhythm. That's why we've been practicing hard. But it's going to take a little adjustment to kind of get used to the pace. Hopefully it's not more than a quarter, or hopefully it's not a whole game to throw one away to get used to that pace, but it's going to take a little while. So mentally we're preparing for that.
Tim, has your team had a good trademark? Has your team had a good trademark this season of closing quarters in those final couple of minutes?
Well, that's been our focus for years now, just not just this year. Those last 2-3 minutes of every quarter, making sure that we don't relax if we're up, and if the other team allows us to relax, we can take advantage of it. So that's our big focus for us.
As a big man, are you kind of happy this probably won't turn into a wrestling match?
It'll turn into a wrestling match either way it goes. I don't care who we play. They're going to throw some big bodies out there, and it's going to get physical out there. Although it looks like it's a up and down pace and a lot less bruising than last series, it's going to be just the same.
Extra couple of days, perhaps, give Diaw a chance to get into the series earlier than you would have otherwise.
Hopefully, yeah. He's moving around a little bit more every day. Obviously, the ankle sprain takes time, and time's what we got right now, so that's good.
Does Kawhi seem like a veteran to you at this point, or is he still a young?
He's still learning. Obviously, he's got some experience under his belt, and this season's been great for him. I think he's progressed a whole lot throughout this season, but he's still learning.
Getting back to Chicago, is he an underrated defensive player?
I think he's an excellent defender. Not only on the post, but you put him out on the perimeter, and he can move his feet well and stay in front of people. I don't think he's going to be guarding Ty or Stephen Curry if we put him out there, but to be able to switch, to be able on pick and rolls, he's very mobile and very agile out there.
Seems like Boris might be back for this series too. Would his defensive versatility be?
His versatility period will be great for us, just on both ends, because chances are both teams are probably going to play a little smaller than. They're not going to play with 2 bigs the entire time, and obviously we'd like to play with 2 bigs or 2 bigger bodies. But if we have to change it up and go with somebody like a Matty or a Boris, that's a good tweener to play with at that 4 spot. Fabi, yes it is.
How are you doing?
Doing all right, doing good. It's been a process getting back, stay in shape, and be able to get the core back, so I wouldn't feel any pain. So it's been good so far.
Any question at all that you'll be ready to go for game 1 on Sunday?
I think I'll be ready. I'm playing 5-on-5 already, so 5-on-5 here, 5-on-5 in a game, and we don't play until Monday, so it should be good.
What's your conditioning level at this point?
It's good. He's back. I never, really lost a lot. As soon as I could, start walking and did some running, jogging, running in the pool. So conditioning is pretty good.
In a way, were you happy to see this layoff be this long so you could get back for game one?
Well, actually, yeah, it's good for my recovery personally. No, you know, it's a long time between the first round and the second round for my teammates, but personally, yeah, it's good.
Have you been watching the Golden State Denver series?
Yeah.
What are your impressions of both teams?
You know, I mean, it's a battle. You know, both teams are good. It's gonna be tough. Honestly, I don't know who's gonna come out on top, and you know, they're playing pretty similar style basketball, so it's good for us. We don't have to prepare for two different style of basketball. We can do kind of same thing.
Have you seen how nasty it's sort of a nasty turn it's taken with accusations of dirty play and George Karl calling Festus Ezeli an elbow throwing a-hole?
Did he? Oh, I didn't see that. I just watched the game. So no, I mean, you know, the playoff. It's always physical. It's always been. And it's always going to be. Teams are competitive. They want to go as far as possible in the playoffs, so they play as hard as they can.
Is it a smart thing to get physical with Steph Curry?
No, I mean, it's always good to be physical. Like I said, you don't want to injure anybody, but playoff, everybody's going to be physical with everybody, and so you gotta be as close as possible from players, especially when it's a shooter like this. You don't want to let him slip away.
What's the prospects for the big rotation with Diaw sort of still questionable for the first few?
I don't know. You got to ask the big man. You got to ask Pub this question. But you know, hopefully Thiago's going to come back quick. Also, you know, I think his recovery is going pretty well right now. We're going to need him, obviously. So I don't know. It's going to play out right now.
Both Denver and Golden State play small a lot. Do you imagine if you play, you'll be guarding someone out on the perimeter, spend some time out there guarding the smaller guys?
Yeah, that's probably going to happen because yeah, they like playing small. You know, from time to time we like playing small too. So yeah, we getting ready for that.
When you've come back from injuries in the past, how much of a difference is there between feeling like your conditioning is good out here to actually in game kind of deal? How is it a quarter or two as far as the adjustment to kind of get your win back?
It's always different. It's always different. Usually you don't get that much, you know, time of practicing 5-on-5. But usually as soon as you can play 5-on-5, you're back on the court, and of course the wind is different. But now it's better because, you know, I get to play 5-on-5 for a whole week before I get back actually on the court. So, you know, those practice right now, it's getting, you know, pretty close from game intensity.
What about all this time off? What do you think about it?
I usually like to play games quicker, but it's going good for us. Just working a lot, just getting our chemistry right, and just defensive rotations and you know, practice just helps you win games.
How about the effect for your knee? Is it nice to get some time off from that situation?
This doesn't help. The time off doesn't help till after season when I could really just get down to business, get in the weight room, and do whatever the docs got for me.
Since there are so few games, a week off, are you finding it hard to find something to do after practice, between practices?
Not at all. I'm at home, just chilling, just coming to practice, working on my game. I'm not a busybody.
Have you been watching the Nuggets Warriors series just to check out who's going to come out of it and you guys are going to face?
I watched a little bit of it. I really keep paying attention, watching the whole game. But just whoever wins, I'll be ready. Start scouting the team and go from there.
From what you've seen, does it seem super physical to you? That seems to be the word coming out of there. Is it a lot of bumping and grinding?
Yeah, that's what the playoffs is. Everybody's competing to win and get to the championship and win it. So. They're just putting their hardest effort out there, and sometimes fouls come up, a little pushes and shoves.
Did you have to guard Steph Curry ever in the regular season?
It wasn't like a full game, but probably 2 minutes here and there.
What's the approach to guarding someone with a release that quick?
He's a shooter. Just try to make just be in his comfort zone and just make him not get a wide open look.
It seems that Denver's approach now is to get real physical with him, and they're complaining some about that. The Warriors are. Is that something you have to do with a shooter that gets hot, is get physical?
I'm not sure what their game plan was, but I guess they just don't want to make stuff easy for them. So just not run freelance through the game. And I don't know. We'll see once we play them, or if we play the Nuggets, what happens.
You've been here for 2 seasons. You went through the playoffs last year. You're in your second playoff run. Do you feel like a veteran at this point?
No, it's my second year, like you said. I don't think you get a vet till you get about like 7 years in. So that's my goal, to get past. So we'll see what happens.
How much did last year's experience help you this year, though?
It's helping me out a lot, just knowing, like you said, the physicality in the game, how tough the games are, and just taking value on every possession. Every possession is very important, and just got to try to maximize it as much as you can.
You had to play some at the 4 in the last series. Are you happy to see Boris come back to maybe add to the big rotation?
Yeah, I'm happy to see him come back. He's a good help for the team, and maybe some of our 4 men could take off some minutes so they could be fresh for the later rounds if we move on.
Does Pop get on you more in the second year than the first year, just because there's more he expects you to already know?
He pretty much been equal on me. Probably not as much this year because I wasn't making as much mistakes, but he's still on me every day. It doesn't seem like he let up.
Have you ever had a coach quite like him before?
Not really, no.
The first time he really laid into you, do you remember what you were thinking?
Just, I don't know, just really wondering what I did, and just, I don't know, just try to go in the next play or when I get my next minutes to really be focused and pay attention to what I'm doing.
So get your attention pretty easy.
Yeah, come out the game, you want to play.